Hey guys!
Hi there.
Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending where you are.
Okay.
Welcome.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah, it probably
Okay.
is 5 o'clock somewhere. 6 o'clock here
It is.
on the East Coast of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So glad you could join us tonight, or if you're watching the replay, that's really fabulous too. Richard and I, we really like to talk. We really like to talk.
No.
No, I like to talk about relationships, and Richard
Likes to listen.
really likes to talk. No, but you are a good listener, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we got a pretty good thing going here, so we decided to share some of our insights with all you guys, and really appreciate the letters coming in. I know it takes a lot of courage, and as one of the writers wrote, that it's really the beginning of being honest with yourself, to write down what your problems are, but what a better way to take care of yourself than to face a situation head on. And so it takes courage, and we appreciate that. Also, it gives us something to discuss while we're on here. So.
Well, yeah. Because if we didn't have any letters to discuss, we'd sort of be sitting here just looking at each other.
You'd be telling me the same old jokes that I've already.
Hold on. What do you mean by same
Actually, he
old
does
jokes?
have some good jokes. Maybe
Yes.
I'll tell you one sometime. But
Okay.
I'll have to edit it first.
Yeah, I have to select carefully.
Yeah, that's another story. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to start with the married ladies question. It's a sensitive topic, but I'm sure one that a lot of us can relate to. Dear Richard and Jill, I am really loving your show, and I watch it every week. Wonderful. Thanks. Wow. I have been wanting to write, but have been so nervous about being honest with myself and putting my situation on paper. Yes, we commend you. I am married and have been having an affair with someone that I met at a community service event a few years ago. At first, I was very scared and felt like there was no way I could do anything like this. But over time, I began to feel like I needed the comfort and the excitement in my life and was feeling more justified. My husband is a successful businessman and is working long hours. We have 3 great kids, and I love being their mom, and I don't want to leave my husband. Somehow, I have thought that I am getting all my needs met, and if no one gets hurt, then it's okay. Lately, I have been feeling really guilty and like I am a horrible person. I find my thoughts are more going to this other man than to my husband, and I'm feeling lonelier than ever. I know this is big, but I'm wondering what you would suggest for me at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel your pain.
Yeah, it's like, so you're married, you're drawn to somebody else, happens.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband has no clue, I would assume.
Yeah, hard to say, but
Yeah.
don't we always know something? Don't we
Well,
always sense something if
yeah.
we're in a
You
relationship?
do.
But sometimes we can be comfortable with
I don't,
distance, and
it's like there's something going on in the house, in your married house, that's wanting you to feel comfortable, more excited, more charged by being with some other man. And is there a way to uncover what's going on there? I guess when I say, what do you want to do? I guess there's a fork in the road. She said she wants to stay married, right?
right.
So I guess that fork becomes, do I stay married and continue this affair, or do I break off the affair and concentrate on my marriage? I don't know. Well, Jill, you're the expert. What do you think?
What do I think? Well, it's a painful situation to be in. And yet, I mean, in life, we find ourselves sometimes, before we know it, we've fallen into a ditch, or it feels like we're in a ditch suddenly, with something that we've done. Couple of thoughts, without knowing everything. I don't know exactly what's going on without talking to you, writer. But I feel like one thought is, that I would make your relationship honest as soon as possible. Because if you don't have an honest relationship, you really are, it's really shifting sand. I mean, you need to be completely honest to have the intimacy, and to even have a start to hopefully, I think I would imagine your desire is to have your needs for, your need for maybe some more passion and some more comfort and closeness in your marriage, with a man who is, you say, a successful businessman and works long hours. So his mind is often somewhere else. Doesn't mean that he can't give you what you need. It's probably scary to think about, being honest about having had an affair, and yet, certainly a marriage can heal after an affair. And I think it's, even though an affair can be very devastating emotionally, I think it's more important, like, what's going on, why you were drawn to this, and sort of distracted and tempted by this in the first place. And that could be a number of things. And it could be a bunch of things going on. It could be like your needs not getting met with your husband, and maybe you're feeling like, well, I can't live without having these needs met. And so this is, you're justifying it, like you said. Another thing I find, though, I was married once, and I was married for 12 years. And in being in a committed relationship with Richard is, just the importance.
We're committed?
Yeah, we're committed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we moved in. Oh my gosh, and I sold my house, and now you're really stuck with me. I forgot to tell you that you're stuck.
Oh my God.
You're stuck with me.
I'm sorry to joke.
No, it's okay. But no, it's but where was I? I was thinking I was, yes. So, another thought I had is excitement and loneliness. I'm thinking there's a place where you haven't quite figured out what you want your life to be, in regard to maybe your life's purpose, how you want to use your creativity and things like that. And I feel like when those facets are not getting the attention they need, it's easy to get distracted by, some shiny object, or, an attraction or something like that. So a couple of ideas.
My thought was, did something change? Did your husband start working so much that he's not around for you? Was he at one point 200 pounds of muscles, now he's and now he's 275 pounds of fat? What?
Oh, God, it happens.
Yeah, but what's happened where...
Right. Well, we don't know what's happened exactly.
Yeah.
But
have you always felt happy in this marriage? Or did you settle into it and...
Now it's
there's
rearing its ugly head.
And you said that shiny object is out there. And, that's what I always wanted.
Right. Yeah.
It's difficult. I don't really want to... I don't really want to joke around about this much. It's very, very serious.
Yeah.
And I would, by all means, talk to Jill. She's a lot better at relationship stuff than I am. I just sort of follow in the trail she blazes. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, I would say. Or really work on this. use this letter, which was, as you say, difficult to write, use this letter as an opening to try to figure it out, because you
Yeah,
want to
it's-
figure it out.
It's good that you wrote this letter, because sometimes we can deceive ourselves so much, or just be so caught up in something that we're kind of like in a trance. And I think that's why, it is hard to write something down, because then it's real, it's really happening, and it's really something to face. And I'd be more than happy to talk with you some, and just help you kind of work through it, or prepare yourself to, to talk to your husband. That's what I would recommend. I feel like my success with Richard is so much of it is based on our honesty with each other every day. It's like if I'm even not telling him something that's bothering me for even a day, it can just really, it starts to fester pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it shows on your face. It
Right,
just,
right.
it's there.
Right, and the fact that, maybe, I don't know if your husband is aware of what's going on. We all have, I think, a bad habit of turning a blind eye and not wanting to deal with big problems and conflicts, but
You said it right off. You'd be, maybe your husband already gets the feeling or the sense. It would not be surprising, I guess, to me, that if you do decide that you want to mention this, tell your husband this, that he says something like, yeah, I had a feeling.
Right. Right. And, a lot of times too, I think there's sort of this old school mentality with men that, as long as they're providing, and it sounds like maybe he's providing well for you and the kids, that, he's doing his job. And, in this day and age, us women have, we want more of that, emotional connection and friendship and support from men. And sometimes it requires a little bit of teaching. And it's, it's easy to go and maybe try to get it somewhere else to someone who's offering it, but might not be offering some other things that your husband's offering. So I think it's worth a shot, to see if you can
Oh, well,
have this work out in your marriage. And it sounds like you want to do that.
do you want to do that? Yeah, you're in that sandy, slippery, slopey ditch, and you got to pull out somewhere, somehow. And whatever you do will probably be better.
Yeah.
Even if it blows up in flames, the outcome will probably be better. So,
Right, that you're being honest,
yeah,
I think will make you,
talk to Jill.
yeah. Yeah, thank you for,
All right, thanks for the call. It's a difficult one, but thank
yeah,
you.
thank you so much. So question number 2. I'm going to a date tonight for the first time in 15 years since I got married. We are going to see a mediator tomorrow, and separation divorce process is just starting. So that would be, I presume, with her ex. Am I wrong to try to find somebody in the process of divorce? I feel I suffered for the past 15 years from my ex to be, and I am ready to be free from him. Any thoughts?
So, this woman is going on a date.
Right, even though she's not
Even though
divorced
she's
yet,
not
but she's
technically married.
in the process.
Yeah,
She was married 15 years.
okay, but you're going to a mediator, it said?
Right,
In the hope of
separation, divorce.
Oh,
Right, they're in the
to-
process of
okay.
separation, divorce,
All
right, so that's
So
already
it's-
happening.
You're not mediating trying to fix the relationship at this point. You're mediating
She's
trying
already
to.
decided.
Okay. No, not making a mistake, I don't think.
Do you wanna,
That's my reaction is, no, you're basically already there as long as you're honest about your current status with the person you're going on a date with, and not that you'd want to make that the whole topic of your, I think I shared before that I went on a date once, a meet and greet, and the woman spent the whole time talking about her ex-husband.
right.
And it's like, all right, but
Right, still, you can tell when they're still a little wrapped up. I think that's, that's probably, look, I was probably, going out with somebody a week after I I got separated. I mean, I like being in a relationship. I'm more comfortable in a relationship. Was I ready? No. I mean, I wasn't. It does take a while, whether you're dating or not. It takes a while to heal from a divorce. But I don't see anything wrong with dating during that time. I guess looking back, if I could give myself advice, if I could go back and give myself, advice, I'd probably, say just, understand that you're not really ready, because I kind of wanted to like attach myself right away to somebody else.
You're one of those.
I have the anxious attachment style, and so I just get like super attached right away. And
At first date, she
don't
was all
leave
over
me.
me. Yeah, she wanted to marry me at first date.
Yeah.
No.
Well, actually, no. Interestingly,
No. Wouldn't even kiss me.
But I think just be careful of yourself. You are still in a fragile state. And still in the healing process. And, I think that, you probably want to spend time and be in companionship with people who are, understanding and supportive and, of you as a woman who is, newly separated. So, that's.
Yeah, my feeling about this is, all right, so you're going on a date. Hopefully you already had the date, but it's just like, go in low gear.
Right.
Really just slow and meet somebody and talk with them and be honest with them and share what you are and ask what he is. And, I'm assuming, man-woman situation here, but just be gentle, be easy, be slow. Mm-hmm. And I think like Jill said, I would not be too anxious to fill the void.
Right. Easier said than done, because I know I felt a huge void after my divorce. I thought I was going to feel instantly better or relieved, and I really didn't. I felt super anxious and super lonely. I had a lot of, what do I want to say? Not work, but I had a lot to deal with in myself, and I was just sort of all over the place. But and the other thing I was thinking too is, I don't know if there's children involved, and I would say that it's also a tender and sensitive time for the kids, so you might want to just keep that for yourself initially, for a while. See if you want to see someone, or to just do that on your own time. And,
we had a question about that before. How soon do I introduce the kids? And it's find out if you like the guy first.
Right. To take the time for yourself to see, if this is somebody that you like. It's tricky. I mean, there's a zillion different possibilities. You could meet the guy you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, on the first date you go on after your divorce. Or you could, it could just be sort of a rebound thing that doesn't end well. I mean, there's so many ways it could go.
But it's just, it took me a number of times to meet people before I met you. And it's frustrating. You go in there hopeful, but I guess I always think in pictures. I always tend to think in pictures, but I'm thinking with this, make a slow and deliberate foundation. Take your time, put the bricks in place, make sure all the mortar's in place. Just take it easy. It's not.
That's Richard. He's very, he's a very practical guy. I just started dating somebody. The kids hated him. I got called into the guidance office because they just wanted the guy out of my life. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's carefully planned out. But yeah, again, it's not easy.
Of course, it's not easy.
Not easy.
No, you think about the vast number of people in this world, and the number of people we've met or dated, or how many real connections have there been? Or it's tough.
And I think too, like fresh out of a divorce or a breakup, even, you know, it doesn't have to be a divorce, but a breakup from a serious relationship, you kind of have that feeling like if you were, you know, if the person broke up with you, you get that feeling of rejection, and maybe you want that, you know, someone to sort of validate your attractiveness or your, you know, lovability or likability. You know, and if you were the one that ended it, you have the guilt, and you kind of want somebody to make you feel like you're a decent person. So there's all that.
I'm thinking that, you know, if your ex-husband or ex-to-be husband, you say maybe he was like a sports fan and you couldn't tear him away from the TV, you know, all weekend long because there's some game here, there, or somewhere else. And
You just want to go out with somebody that hates sports.
who doesn't, yeah, who says, football, what's that?
Right. I just want to walk hand in hand through the park.
Oh, okay, I'm yours.
No, but again, you know, it's difficult to know what way to go, you know, after a divorce. And I think you just start going, you just start walking the path, and you know, you trust yourself, and again, I'm here. I keep saying, but I am here for support. 'Cause
Yes, absolutely.
This is why I love to support women on these kind of things. So, yeah, so that's it. So that's
That's it?
Those are 2 questions.
Wow, it's
Yeah,
over.
Well, not really, unless there's anything you want to add.
Well, I have a joke, but I can't tell it.
No, we might have a joke. We might have a joke.
You have to private message Jill and
Get permission for a joke.
get permission for a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are good. So anyway, thanks folks for
Thank you.
tuning in, and
And thanks for sharing your life.
yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know, keep you in our prayers. And oh, and also we're coming into, it was December on Friday, so we're coming into the holiday season, at least here in the United States. So just want to wish you a peaceful and happy and joyful month coming up, and hope that with all the details and all the festivities that you enjoy the people that you love and
Right.
enjoy yourself.
And you can even enjoy the people you don't love so much.
Yeah, you know, send them some good cheer. That's what
Right.
it's all about.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't hurt.
I have a few people on my list too. Oh gosh. So anyway, good night folks, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, and see you tomorrow, ladies, for the ladies' room.
I still can't go.
I think
right?
I'm going to talk a little bit about communicating your needs, because it seems to be a common theme. So we'll see you tomorrow
Can I go?
at 1:00.
To the ladies' room?
Nope, sorry, no boys allowed.
Oh, darn.
All right, ladies, so see you tomorrow, and see the rest of you next week. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
Good night.
Oh, we're going to get a kiss. Good night.
Good night.